What's the word? What's the word? What's the
Yo.
word? Welcome to another episode of What's the Word podcast. I got two special guests today. I got my man, MC extraordinaire Payne Perry, aka St.JUDE, aka Hood.
Yeah.
You already know.
Yes.
And I got super producer Jesus Peace 178 in the building, respectively. Fellas, what's the word?
Yo,
What's the
Perry
word?
was good.
What's good, Jude? How you been?
I'm good, man. I'm alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm alive.
Yeah, this pandemic got everything looking real shaky.
Yo, we in the real life matrix right now.
That's a whole fact, bro. That's a whole fact. I'm trying to stay out the way. I'm laying low like deadbeat dads. You already know. But I feel like both of you guys are people that I hold dearly, close to my heart. Y'all family. I grew up with y'all.
Yeah.
And I respect what y'all do. Y'all in the same field. But I just think more so I need to bring light to more of the people that people might have overlooked. And I feel you, Payne Perry, are one of those people.
Yeah.
You put out tons of work.
Yeah.
We put out work.
Yeah.
You know, and the talent is there, the grind is there. So I just think that we can give people a different side of who you are so they can see who you are, and so you can let them know why they need to listen to you. Why should they listen to you? Why should they give their time and their ear to a person such as yourself that is doing what you do with the music?
Yeah. Perspective. I say, I give a point of perspective that you don't get too often, especially nowadays. It's like, everything is glitter and gold right now. You know what I'm saying? Everything is flashy this, flashy that. Now I give you real life scenarios, real life situations, real life stuff you can vibe out to.
Okay.
That's where I speak from.
Got you.
Yeah, how long you been rapping, Payne Perry?
Forever.
Yeah.
Forever. Like I started taking it serious, probably like 19, 20,
19.
playing with it. My cousin had set up a studio in the back room of my aunt's house. Rest in peace, DJ Bugzo.
Bugzo, rest in peace.
Yeah, so,
Rest in peace, Bugzo.
yeah, we got a microphone, and we took a hanger and put I think a stocking over the hanger, put it on like a shelf, and we just started recording. And then from there, we went into we basically broke down the closet, put the mic in there, and then just kept recording from there, working from there.
Okay.
What kind of artists did you listen to, and what kind of artists do you learn from to make your music? Like who do you get inspired from?
I get inspired from everybody, honestly. I really get inspired from everybody, like just dope music. Because what really gets me, especially like with music, as far as inspiration, I'm gonna get to the first question, but as far as inspiration, it's like when I hear music, my first thought is like, damn, what was running through their mind when they first heard this beat? Because the production is the production is everything, and all you're doing is just building the bricks to make the house on top of the foundation. So that's what inspires me. So when I hear people come up with dope music, put dope stuff together, I don't care who's it from. It could be R&B, rap, anything.
Vibe, right?
Music is music. It's good music. But for the most part, inspired me that 90s, that golden era. Yeah. That they was rapping. They was really, really rapping. So you start from Onyx. It was rough, rugged, and raw. Going up to Nas. I wasn't really too much on Jay. It wasn't until I got older and I could really understand what he was talking about. But X, of course, X. He came from a place where it was just like, who is that?
Your music reminds me of like X's music.
Yeah, it's from the heart.
Yeah,
it's from the heart. It's a lot of Payne Perry.
Yeah.
Now, you and Bugzo, because that's where it started, right? R.I.P. to my man Bug, man.
As far as recording, yes, that's where it started. But I was DJ, R.I.P. to Bugzo, man, forever Bugzo.
Yes, sir.
But I was DJing before that.
There you go.
I started
That's what I'm
DJing
talking about.
at a young age, man. Harold H. from Building 4.
Yes.
He was the DJ back in the day, if you remember, in the park.
Yes, yes.
Before they had equipment, if I'm correct, he used to bring his little stereo system.
Yep.
And I would sit there because, you know, the green bleachers, they don't have it no more. But back in the days, we had those little green bleachers. So
Yep.
he'd set up right in the middle, and I just sit there and watch him, just, you know, play music. I really love music. So then, as a kid, I just watch him. Then Otis, you remember Otis?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Otis started DJing. So I would do the same thing. And it was Otis that was like, yo, go ahead, get on, give it a shot. And I was like 14 years old.
Okay.
And then next thing you know, I'm rocking a park full of thousands of people.
Facts.
Yeah. It's like I'm really like a hip hop baby, a hip hop head. So it's more than, you know, MCing with me. Like, especially when I'm making records and I'm writing records, or I'm choosing beats. I'm coming from that perspective of DJing. I'm thinking about a DJ in the club, mixing something in, blending and dropping. Like, that's my inspiration.
Is that how you pick your beats? Is that how you going? Okay.
So you DJing, because I know you as a DJ first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what made you want to transition from making people dance to making people listen?
People around me. It was well, actually, my niece's father, Blues. My niece's father, he used to rhyme. So when I was little, like real young, he'd come around and he'd make me write with him. You know, he'd say a few things and have me writing. And then also coming up in the era I came up, you had Clue with the Monday night mixtapes. You had K Slade, Funk Flex. What I used to do is the new records would come out. I'd record the whole hour-long show, stop when it's over, press play, and literally pull out a notebook and start writing down their rhymes. That's how I would learn the rhymes. I'd write it down, like Kiss, all of them. So that I just write. Then I play it over, recite it with them. Then I learn the song. And I could go outside and spit the song to everybody, or when it comes on, I know what's going on.
Yeah.
So it started there. I used to play with it. And then after a while, it's like, damn, I think I can do this. So I'd never forget. It was one day we was in the projects, man. Salute Dimes, LAR, Large.
Yeah.
Yeah, he grew up with Bug. Remember, they older than me.
Yep.
So they all went to school, and he's been rhyming. It was him, my man Shane. It was Shane was actually on Mary J. Blige's project. No More Drama. It's a song called Still Away. So they've been rhyming. So long story short, Bone Pat, he used to be like, my man Large, I'm gonna bring him through. So one day he brought him through. So which I call the trap house now, we call it spot.
Yeah.
So in the spot, so I get my man Jooks. He used to rhyme. It was a clique called Team Hood. Free Kai, Salute Shannon, Gunner. And they start rhyming. So I'm listening, they going at it. And Large is nice.
Facts.
Large is nice. But the thing about Large is he's a goon. Like a real live goon. So at the time I'm running Reckless. So I'm like, damn, if he could do it, he's just like me. I could do it too. So he inspired me to just start recording. And that's when Bug set up the whole thing in the back room, and the rest was history.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you decided that you wanted to make music, right? Considering the music that inspired you, that you came up listening to, what made you feel, or no, what process did you go through to make yourself sound different, but yet relatable to that same type of music that you grew up listening to?
The beats.
Because you're not the simple rat, cat, fat, map. Like you talk, you could tell a story. Like you do it. You know what I mean? So like what did you tell yourself you were gonna do to separate yourself from everybody else that's trying to be a rapper?
Well, you know, at first I wasn't the best. You know, like I hear my old shit, especially from back then. I'm like, I don't even want to listen to it. But I just kept writing, man. Like I'm a Pisces, so I think a lot.
Yeah.
So my mind to take me somewhere else. I could literally write a book, and I need to speak English, but like just letting my mind go free.
Okay.
So it's like, you know, coming up from the golden era all the way into the early 2000s and so on, from the mad ciphers to the funk flex freestyles, all that. Like you hearing people put together bars. So I wanted to write the shit that I have somebody like, oh, crowd reaction.
Yep.
Because one of my main goals was like, yo, if I could get on Flex, I'm good. if I could go up there and bomb, I'm good. Because that's what it was back in the day. You go on flex, you freestyle, they go on crazy. That was it. So I came from the, perspective of, let me write the shit that's gonna have niggas like, what did he just say? So that I started writing bars, shit that's like clever. Then from the clever stuff, I started writing stories. Like my mind is always going, so I started breaking down stories in the 16s.
Got you.
So, it's like, you could, like for my last project, you might have a trap beat, but I'm gonna tell you a little story. So I'm saying something, but at the same time, you're bouncing with me. If I got a hard ass beat, I'm saying something. The beat is catching you off rip, but then as soon as I start talking, you're like, wait a second. Yeah. And then also my cousin Brian, my older cousin Brian, he's a real hip hop head. Like I'm talking Smith and Wesson, all that. And I remember one Christmas he gave me the Boot Camp Click CD.
Okay.
Like, what the fuck is this, man? Like I'm because I'm Mace at the time, I'm X, but they really rapping.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Sean Price. Like they really
real.
So I couldn't come with no bullshit. He tell me like, what the fuck is that? So I know I come from a place where people really listen to rap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yo, who do you listen to now?
Me. X still, of course. I listen to a lot of old stuff. I like the drill stuff.
Yeah.
I like the drill stuff.
Who you like on that drill?
Huh?
Who you like right now on that drill?
Rest in peace, Pop Smoke.
Yeah.
That boy was ahead of his time. He was special. Fabio. I'm not really too deep in it, but like the thing Griselda.
Okay.
Griselda. Like and speaking of which, at 12 o'clock, I think Benny album dropped.
Yeah.
Benny. They was really rapping, really caught my ear. But like I really listen to everything. Like I'll try my best to listen to every new project that come out. Like I really try to, just to hear what's going on, what they got going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen to everything. But them Griselda boys, yeah.
Let me ask you something, bro.
Yeah.
You rap.
Yeah, like I rap my ass off.
Like you rap. You know what I mean? You rap. Now that we're in an era where that's not what is greatly appreciated. You understand? Yeah. So less is more. That's why I tell everybody, less is more, because the attention span that these young kids are giving rappers, and there's too many rappers coming up, right? So in an era where you're not going to get appreciated for the worst beefs.
Yeah.
Now, you understand?
Yeah.
But you can still make the music.
Yeah.
What did it take for you? Because a lot of rappers refuse to do it, like to switch up, and I call it evolving. Like you said, them Griselda boys, I like them, but I'm 44 years old.
Yeah.
44-year-old people ain't going out streaming a million times, and like it's the music to me. Like the spitters are the spitters, but they're gonna stay in a lane. The artists make the money.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So what did you have to do to be able to rap in 2020 and say, I'm doing it this way?
Well, like my last project was what? I say 2 years ago, honestly, last project.
Okay.
I put out freestyles, a song or two here and there, but that was my last project. And that project came from fucking with Hugh Banger. Luke, Hugh Banger, E.
Shout out Banger.
Yeah. As well, let me break it down.
Tell that story.
All right. This is how it go. Bug got out, and I had put out my first tape. Me and you worked on. If I'm correct, we worked on our first tape.
Yeah.
So let me rewind then. Bug sent me to you because I don't think he was home when he sent me to you.
Yeah, he wasn't.
He wasn't home. He sent me to you.
Yeah.
And growing up, I see, you Drew. That walk in the park attitude, looking at everybody as Drew. You know what I'm saying? So
changed.
I'm young. Yeah. So he sent me to you, and we started locking in, and you let me just work, like really just work.
Yeah.
And then you was like, yo, I got my man down in Miami. well, Fort Lauderdale. He was like, yo, they got something going. He had worked on Styles P's project. I think Time Is Money.
Yeah.
He had a joint. I forgot the name of the joint.
G joint.
Huh?
G joint
with J Hood. Fire.
Yeah.
So you sent me down there. So basically, it's like, you know, it's a hustle, it's the grind. So in this hustle, in this grind, you put everything on the line. You know what I'm saying? So I literally scraped up every penny I had. And I think that first trip down there, I might have took the bus. I don't even think I flew down. I took the bus.
Real shit.
And luckily, my cousin Salute Kev, that's my little brother. But you know, he had a place for me to stay. You know, the couch is yours. So of course. So I started locking in with Banger. And same thing. He let me into his home. This is my studio. Drew said, you the little bro, and you don't get that, man. Like,
yeah.
You really don't get that. Like that's a whole nother story. So I started working with him. So the first time, like I said, remember when I first started, I didn't feel that I was up to par or what it should be. So we did a couple of joints, just recording. I came back to New York. When I came back to New York, I recorded Holy Shit, my second project.
Yeah.
And by then, Bulk still wasn't home yet. He came out right after it came out. And same thing, still working with you, just working. And I was like, let me try this Miami thing again. So same shit, scraped up every penny. I was working at some job, deaded that, went down there. And this is when he introduced me to these beats. It's like, all right, I know you could rap, but let's make music. So being down there, I met this kid named Kingston. He was signed to Fat Joe, Terror Squad. So working with him.
He's an artist or a producer?
Kingston is an artist.
Artist.
Yeah, he was signed to Fat Joe. I'm not sure what's going on. I haven't heard from him in a minute. But I met Kingston. I met Chef 223.
Yeah.
I met Roscoe. I met and I don't want to forget nobody's name, man. But they from Miami, basically. So they got a different style. So Banger been down there for a little bit. So the style he was coming with was like, what the fuck? So I could bounce on it. So it's like, it was like basically, all right, I'm gonna bring my raps, but I'm gonna also bring in this new era and collide. And that's exactly what I did. And that's how I came up with Holy Shit. That's like one of my favorite projects. I felt it was slept on, but I didn't really have no promotion behind it, whatever the case might be. So it is what it is. But that was the start of it. That was the start of me just getting on beats. So as you're not gonna rap your ass off for 3 verses, 2 verses, if that. Shit, I just wrote a joint. Yeah, it's a hard ass beat, but at the same time, I did a verse, a bridge, and a hook, and I mixed it up to where it's a nice little 230.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You're gonna vibe out to it. So what's that?
In case anybody watches this that hasn't heard your music before, where can they find your music? The music you was just talking about with Hugh Banger that you put out. Where can they go and check for all that? In case somebody
SoundCloud, Payne Perry on SoundCloud. I have 3 projects on that Piff, old to the latest joint, which is Hope Hell on Planet Earth. First one was Pray For Me. Second one was Holy Shit. Then I dropped Hope Hell on Planet Earth. That's on that Piff. I got some. I got Hell on Planet Earth on Audio Mac, and I got I got like 2 singles on 3 singles. Pardon me, on like Apple Music, Spotify, and all that. Yeah. So Payne Perry, ST.JUDE, however you want to spin it. Yeah.
So now that Wild Wild East record. Paul, that's the record I told you about.
That's you.
What's that record? Tell me about it again.
That's the record that I had shut down the park that we was going to do the video.
It rained, right? It rained.
Yeah. So
it rained that day.
Like when he left New York, he was rapping, right? You know how I am. So I'm not one of them simple he was spitting, right? But when he left to Miami and came back, it's like he said, it was a different vibe. You know what I mean? And I want to know what made you evolve that way. Like what pushed you to reach that potential that you weren't getting pushed back home.
Banger, man. Banger and E-Wave, man. They was just pulling beats out. They wasn't letting me do the because I like to go in the studio and do what I want, if that makes sense. Like working with you, you'll tell me like, nah, we're gonna try this, try that.
Yeah.
For the most part, like I literally, like holy shit, that project, I literally went in the studio for like 8 hours and did that project straight. I had my mind made up. This is what I want to do. That's it. Let's get it done. EQ it. That's all that matters, right? We'll listen to it later. Bang out. But when I got down there, it was like they putting on beats. Nah, try this. Yo, we got a joint for you. And I'm like, but I rap. It's like, nah, we got a joint for you. Yeah. They putting on these joints. I'm like, damn. That is the first time I've ever really sat down with a producer that cooked something up for me. So that the thing about that Wild Wild East record, that's one of my favorite records. I still want to push that too. Your old shit is new shit to people. But the thing about that was a Busta Rhymes record.
Oh.
He gave it to Busta.
Okay.
Busta never did nothing with it.
Oh, gotcha.
This is what was fucking my head up, because it's like you giving me these top of the line beats.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, Busta, I gave it to Busta. He ain't do nothing with it. Go ahead. I said, get the fuck out of here. I think Kingston was already on it.
Okay.
So when I heard him come in, I'm like, whoa, this is serious business. This is a record.
Fire.
I've made songs, but it's the difference when you got a record.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking a record where you can hear it in a movie. You can hear it on, it's a record.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, SoundCloud, Audio Mac, that Piff, Wild Wild East. Check it out. Featuring Kingston. But yeah, that was Busta record. It's a couple joints. Like he gave me a joint, Run Up a Check, which is on Hope too. That was a Jim Jones record.
Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of these records, like these are for people that's on already, in the mainstream, and fucks with me. He was fucking with me so heavy that it's like, yeah.
Killed them shit.
Yeah.
Bro. That, especially that Wild Wild East. That Wild Wild East record, honestly, that's like one of my best records. I was yeah.
That was it. That record was it. Like that was the one. Yeah. That's it. And all that needs to, because you know what I love about that record?
What's that?
It doesn't. It's one of them records that you can't date it.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound dated.
There you go.
You understand? Like it's not too much going on. It's you got a singer, you got a spitter, you got a beat.
Fire.
And everything came together like perfect.
Fire.
The visual and that shit is out of here. Let me tell you something, man.
Fire.
I was uptown with 5 outfits in the trunk of my car, son. Ready. I say, yo, listen, man, I'm not missing this one. I don't get on camera a lot, but I put this whole thing together. They gonna see me.
Salute to Ev, man. Kenny Stevens, for those that don't know Ev.
Yeah,
man. He's ready. Drew put that word in.
Yeah, he gave us the park, son. First Friday. Word.
With the whole games going on and everything. Different.
Right.
If we could find Kingston, we could still get that done. I don't know where that is at, man.
We have to. I mean, listen, I'm gonna tell you like this.
Yeah.
Who owns the record?
Banger.
Huh?
Banger.
That's who we gotta talk to.
Yeah. Banger.
That's who we gotta talk to.
Yeah.
That's who we gotta talk to. Well, nigga, salute to everybody, but that's who we gotta talk to.
Yes.
That record is it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let me ask you, brother. Go ahead.
I spoke to him a couple months ago, right before the pandemic. I was supposed to go back down there and talk about the situation he had going on. And one thing about him, salute to you, because without you, I wouldn't be in that situation. And it was just open arms. But he was like, yo, come down. It's about to go. And he's like, yo, we got to pick a record, a single that we're going to push.
Yeah.
And that would have been it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the whole pandemic, everything just did a 360 in like within 2-3 months.
You know what it is though, bro? Like me and Banger grew up.
Yeah.
He's a year or 2 older than me.
Yeah.
We grew up from shorties. So he's a lot like me. We're a lot. Us three right here are a lot in this one aspect. We don't just mess with everybody.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So me telling him like, yo, this the little bro, man. Like I don't vouch. I might have vouched for 4 people ever in my entire life, bro. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna look at it like, That's your man. That's my man.
And that's exactly how it was too.
The same way when I would get beats from this man, like, yo, I'm working on a project, I need beats. What you mean? I said, send me anything.
Mm-hmm.
I did one of my projects out of 13 or 12 records, like 10 were his. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and you know, when we was bumping out joints, I couldn't get the beats fast enough.
Yeah.
Between you and my man Tight. Then he went away, and then it was you, and you was knocking them joints out. You even recorded to RIP, my cousin that got murdered from Cali, Rashad.
Yeah.
You recorded that Big L joint that he did, the beat he produced. And I was just hearing that like 2 days ago. I was like, wow, my little cousin did this beat, and I got Jude on. Like, it's just crazy how that whole music thing can evolve or implode. It depends what you do with it.
That's it. That's it.
You know, because there's a million rappers, bro. But what separates everybody is their grind. Period.
That's it.
Period. Because you got rappers out here that rap for 20 years one way, and the drill shit hit, and now they drill rappers. It doesn't sound authentic. That's these young niggas that do it. There's a way for veterans to do it without trying to sound young.
Put your own twist to it.
That's it, bro. That's it. That's it. What's in the works for Payne Perry in 2020, bro? What's the word?
Yeah, 2021.
Huh?
Next year already. 2021. 2020 is already.
Oh, we here already, right?
Yeah.
Life, man. Life. I've been kicking this life shit for a little minute.
Life, you call it?
Yeah, living in a fucked up environment.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah, especially right now. Right now, more than ever, life living in a fucked up environment. So, yeah.
What's your like? What direction you going in with this project? I mean, I know.
Honestly, I've been writing. I've just been writing. I've been on the YouTube grind, man. Like, and that's how I started. Like, when I say the YouTube grind, you just looking for beats. Like, I'm talking about hours of searching. And I'm just finding different things. So with me finding, different things, the way I work is when I pull a beat up, if I just start writing, if something comes to me, I'm gonna stick with it. So as of right now, it's all over the place. I just got to start bringing it together.
What kind of sounds you like in your beats? What kind of sounds you into? What kind of like vibe you look for?
That shit that's gonna smack you in the face.
So like some hard shit.
That bounce. I love a bounce because I like to bounce. I want to flow. Let me switch up the flow. Let me play with it. It don't matter if it's hitting. I'm gonna work. Like
he capping right now. Hold on. He capping right now, Cole. He's capping right now because you could give him. Listen, you could give him a beat, right? That is a basketball dribbling and an ambulance siren, and he gonna come out with some shit. So for him to put himself in a box and say, "I want this type of beat. I want that type of beat," we gonna send him some heat.
That's it.
Come back.
Don't
listen to him. He's capping right now. The muscles are talking right now. I want this hard shit. Out of here. You make music.
But don't forget what Kiss did on that AI commercial. It was a ball bouncing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, come on, son. Don't play with me. Sit up here talking about I want this. Look, brother. He get the heat and he make it happen.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? He get the heat and he make it happen.
I like my music loud, man.
Yeah.
So if you send me some shit that's not like when I play it loud and forget about it. Like I've been down where I'm at, riding around this city and just bumping music, man, beats, everything like that. That's like a car test for real. Like that's what I like. So if the shit is knocking in the whip when you pull up to the light, that's it.
Is there anybody like that you want to collab with, like that you hear and you like, damn, I think a song with this artist and I would be dope?
That's a hell of a question. Of course it'd be with somebody I could rap with, spar back and forth with some bars. But then also I get on my LL and give me like
the shirt come off. Like, oh man.
I get on my LL and if you give me that right joint with somebody harmonizing, you can make magic, man. You gotta talk to the women. Yeah. They buy the records.
Yo, R.I.P. Dave Vaughn.
That's my brother.
Yeah.
That man. Basquiat.
Yeah.
Talent.
Green
had you on stage night after night after night. Your grind was crazy in that era you was running around with him.
I'm gonna keep
Paul, he ain't wear a shirt for 4 minutes in 10 performances, bro. Like he get on stage, like, how you hot as soon as you like it's over. Let's go.
I come alive on the stage, yo. You know, it's so crazy. When I think the second time after I did Hope, I came back. I think that day, the next day I came back, we had a show, and you know, on the underground circuit in New York City, he had me around all these people. Like it was to the point where I got burnt out. Clean, like talk about hustling and grinding. Like it's like you get into it and you go on that 6-month run out of town, and you like, yo, all right, I'm gonna head back to town, and just like I was burnt out. So long story short, one time I brought all the records up, you know, the Hope records, and I had a show. So I'm always in the cut. Like, I'm a quiet person. I observe everything. Like, it's not that I don't fuck with people, but you got to be cautious. You know, you can't let everybody in your. So if you come to me correctly, we can chop it up. But I'm not the person to go out my way and just start talking loose lips. That's not my thing. So whenever I pull up, you know, he got a network. God bless his soul. He you know, that's him. I'm just in the cut watching him and just watching you know, the surroundings, the door, everything.
Yeah.
So sometimes you might not even know I'm there, but as soon as I get on that stage, I come alive. So
it's over. It's over.
Yeah, I peeled out automatically. And so a chick, one of the females, when I got on stage, she was standing right there. She said, "Joe, you like, if I don't know if I'm saying the right thing, she's like, you like Gizmo, that little furry thing that you pull on it. What is it?
The gremlin, Gizmo.
Yeah. They'll be so nice, and then as soon as they in action, they going, and I come alive on that stage, man. Like, performing is different. Like I'd have performed in front of a nice room. I didn't perform in front of a packed room. I didn't perform in front of like 4 or 5 people. I'm gonna perform. Cause in my mind, it's like, yo, I'm gonna leave it all here. And you don't know. You never know who's gonna be in that crowd. But at the same time, mentally, I'm preparing myself for a big ass stadium.
Yeah, exactly.
Opportunity hit.
Exactly.
That's where I'm at with it. And 20, 30,000 people going crazy. That shit's gonna, man, listen. If I'm doing this in these small rooms and these nice, imagine what I'm doing on these big ass stages.
That's what I wanted to ask you. The first time you ever, as a rapper, as an MC, like when you entered that field, when you transitioned from the DJ to the MC, right?
Yeah.
The first time you ever got on stage to perform, what was going through you? Like, what was that experience like?
That was at if I'm correct, my first ever performance was at a talent show in Harlem, in the school. I forgot what block that was at. It was like on the east side somewhere. Like might have been like 130. It's a school on 129th. Or 130th, because that, you know, God bless Bug's soul, but he used to live over there, but it's like literally right over there. And it was a talent show my man pulled me into. And they had people from it was one of these guys from Power 105.1 or something like that. And I was nervous as hell. I'm like, fuck, like I'm like, I really brought myself to this point. Like, ain't no turning back.
That's it, you there.
It's like doing dirt in the streets where you about to do something. It's like, nah, I already made my mind up.
That's it.
So, yeah, I was nervous as hell, but I just got on the stage and did what I did, and I'll never forget. One of the hosts that was in the front, like, he was really rocking. Like, he was really, even though my shit wasn't up to par, I feel.
Yeah.
But the performance, the energy, it's the energy that you give off, and he felt it. And I was like, I think I got something here.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, like you said, Davon just ran me rugged through the city, man. I think I did every fucking show you could think of. Part of my French, yeah.
Fact.
Yo, shout out to Davon. He even hooked me up. I didn't know him for too long. But Davon, I ain't know him for too long. Drew put me on to him, introduced us. But he also wrote my like bio and shit, got my shit kind of like going it was like what, like 2 years ago, maybe, Drew?
Yeah.
2 years ago or so.
Yeah. So
yeah, I mean, I wish I would have met him like a long time ago. That's the kind of vibe he gave me. Like, even though I only interacted with him like 2 or 3 times, it was always just some cool shit.
You know, it's so crazy, man, to speak on him. And I really don't, like to speak on him too much, but for me, I used to always tell him, right, running around with him. Because at first, to be honest with you, like I think I had just put out my first tape, and he was really just getting his feet wet with this media shit, like really running around. And he was just on some like, yo, hold me down. Like, we from the projects, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And we know he's older than me, but we grew up how we grew up. So certain people, so it's just like, yo, hold me down. You know, I'm gonna do nigga, whatever. I'm rocking with you.
Yeah.
I watched him like to know who he was. Like, he was always cool because, you know, a lot of people know him from Fall, but he was bugged the fuck out. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Facts.
he was one of them bugged the fuck out. So when I see him get on his business shit, I used to tell him all the time, like, you really doing it.
Yeah.
Like, he
I was surprised, bro, because of how wild he was.
And he switched up, man.
Yeah, like, totally.
Really getting to business. Like, I would really literally watch him walk into these rooms and work the room.
Yeah.
Get in where he needed to fit in. What's going on? What's your name? How you doing? What do you do? My name is such and such. Like, but it's been time. It's been times where that old side to come right back out. I remember one time we went to,
that's a fact.
It was an award show, right? I think it's SOBs, the shit that's by the courthouse in Manhattan. The shit that's right up the block. I don't think that's SOBs. That's shit. It's like literally right up the block from the courthouse. And
Santos.
Yeah, Santos. Yeah. Long story short, we get there and he's like, yo, I'm trying to present an award. He's like, nah, you know, we got it going already. It's like, what the fuck you mean you got it? I'm trying to present an award. Like, y'all either gonna let me or I'm gonna take this shit. This nigga's about 6'4", 2 something solid. Yeah. Big nigga. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, y'all gonna let me get on the stage or what? And I'm looking at these people and they just like, this nigga here. And guess what? He got on stage to present that award.
My all world, yo. They've always liked that, for real.
Cool ass nigga though, man. Like,
he was cool, man.
Cool, man. Like, cool.
He had you on a I don't know if it was an internet radio show. If it was a radio show, but it was you and it was like 2 other dudes.
Yeah.
And you spit.
Yeah.
You said some shit. And the dude after you, it was like,
what happened?
I gotta rap now.
Yeah. Cause you know what it is? Like I said, like I was doing the music, but for the most part, I was holding them down. So it's like he had to put something together called the commission. So when he put that together, it was just like, all right, I'm gonna bring, everybody together that's nice, that's doing something. So they just still looked at me as, as he's just holding them down. So going, like, he ain't really, and it's like, I could really rap my ass off. So it was like literally every time we would go to these stations, like they'd be looking at him. He's like, yo, what y'all thought? Like, yeah, he could really rap. Like, I would bomb on him. And at that point, they couldn't fuck with me, man. Like on it, like I felt like, I not necessarily took some time off, but I stopped going as hard as I was. But I'm telling you, I did freestyles, I did shows like cypher, like they wasn't fucking with me at all. At all. And I'm just like, it's just like that pen game is serious, and I was just can't fuck with me.
Time for that new shit, Perry.
Yeah, I know.
We need these visuals. That's it.
Huh? Yeah.
This time around, we're not playing with that.
That's what I've been liking, at the visuals, big time.
That's it. That's it. That's the only thing. That's
Big
the
time.
only thing, because your grind was there. You understand? The music was there. And what I liked about you the most, bro, and I tell you this always on the phone, and I'll say this in front of whoever's watching.
Yeah.
Everybody can't rap with you that you hang out with.
That's a fact.
You understand? Like, to keep it broad.
Yes.
There's one rapper that you mess with that I always tell you.
LAR, large. Down.
He's the only one that makes you reach. You know what I mean? Like, and you're not a person that reached out and did a million records with a million different people. You got a record with Audi Rob, that dot joint.
Calling all the dots out. We got another joint, No Time to Play.
Son, and that record right there, yo, your man Audi Rob is a fool for that, yo. That shit came out tough.
We was
Audi Rob. Who's that?
Huh?
Who's Audi Rob?
Audi Rob, he was on, I don't know if you remember that record on Jackie from back in the day.
What record?
On Jackie.
When they had that whole chicken noodle soup,
That
on Jackie joint came out. But long story short, he's a producer. He's Dame Grease's nephew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he done produced for damn near everybody in Harlem. He's sick with it.
Yeah.
Long story short, it's so crazy. Salute to him too, because he looked out.
Yeah.
With him, like I was out the hood for a while, so he moved in. So I'm hearing, like, I knew who he was from back in the day. He used to play ball, but then the Aunt Jackie thing happened. Then I heard he was in the hood. My cousin was telling me, Bug was telling me he was in the hood making music.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, let me get a beat. So I was seeing him like, yo, what's up? Let's work.
Yeah.
So, I got you. So I'm like, dang, he not respecting my shit.
Yeah.
One night I was on the side of my building with my man Jux, and he's walking through, and I had to press him. Like I'm 5'8". This nigga got to be about 6 something. I slid right up on him, like, yo, what's up? And he's looking like, I'm like, I'm trying to work. Like, what's up? We was able to laugh about it after, but like I was like serious. So long story short, he welcomed me into his home, and he had the studio in the back room. And if I'm correct, man, I think that night we did 2 records, but he played that beat, and I was like, what the fuck? And he's like one of those hook extraordinaires. Like, he on some Swiss Beats shit. Like, he's gonna give you a record with a hook on it. Gotcha. So it's the alley-oop. You just gotta bang it.
Yeah, that's like
out. And that was one of my favorite records too, man. That shit a little disrespectful, but so what?
That shit was tough. That visual would have been serious.
Crazy.
Would you put out a visual now of an old record?
Huh?
Would you do that? Would you put out a video now for an old record?
Hell yeah. Because I never put out no visuals. Like, a lot of the joints also, I'm somewhat of a perfectionist. So a lot of my joints wasn't mastered. So it's like I hear it, but I know what it could be or what it should be. So that's why I was a little hesitant. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to just put out anything, even though I done did it in the past. But it's like you want it to sound like something. But that record right there, yeah. It's a couple records that me and Drew spoke about this a couple of times. He'll literally text me out the blue, like out the blue. Like, yo, I was just thinking, I was listening to this. He'll send me a screenshot. Yo, we need to shoot a video. We need to redo this. There's a couple records we need to. So there's some joints I would go back in, re-record, and put back out. Noto, my man Noto from Virginia, pardon me. Salute to him. He used to always tell me, your old shit is new to the world.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
No, we be going through the old shit sometimes, bro. We just be listening. We sometimes just be listening to the old shit, to the old records from the LHR projects.
Yeah.
Just on a random
yeah. I put out classics.
That's a fact.
The guys in the hood, son.
Right.
Yo, Drew, I ain't gonna hold you up too much more, but before you go, I need bars.
Bars. Oh shit. You want some reggaeton?
It gotta be Spanish. I told you gotta rap in Spanish, cause
it's so crazy. Like I knew it, but my mom is Dominican and Haitian.
Okay.
Don't tell nobody, but they know now. Yeah.
Oh, that explains everything. That explains everything.
Where's your dad from?
My dad is Haitian, straight up Haitian. But my mom, like I said, she's Dominican and Haitian.
Oh, H-Mob, and you are.
Yeah, Dominican DP. Shout out to I think I'm gonna get a hoodie. I think I'm gonna get a hoodie.
Dominican power.
That's a fact. But look, I'd rather go out in the blaze before I spend my last days trapped in a cage like a slave, serving child for less than minimum wage. See, the demons I be fighting ain't phased by sage. That's the main reason now a nigga stuck in his ways. All I do is sip Henny and think of ways to get rich. I'd rather save every penny before I save me a bitch. I'm the hardest from New York. They know I'm a monster. I really did that shit them niggas rap about from Yonkers. It's only right that I blow. Look, I'm trained to go. Shit, my flow is like a nickel-plated chrome 4-4. Close range, off with your head. I still prey on the strong after I pray for the dead. My flow is like a sauna. Dolce and Gabbana. Nigga, that's a Fendi sipping Louis dripped in Prada. I went OT state to state around the time when I was serving niggas O's and Ace. But I always kept the job, shit, whatever it takes. to make sure I ain't broke and my little man straight. Look, these niggas ain't trapping, they trap. These niggas well over 40, still fucking up packs. I watch niggas risk it all to get fresh for abroad. Now they stuck behind the wall because of credit card fraud. That's why I ain't got no love for a bitch. I tell them hoes I brought dick. I ain't buying you shit. Pain.
Jude, love you, baby boy. I appreciate you for doing this, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Salute. Yeah. Jesus, peace. Salute. Let's work.
Pleasure, man.
Yes.
Yeah. We're going to get to it.
All right. Say less.
We're going to get to it. I appreciate you, man. Wrapping up this episode of What's the Word podcast. I appreciate y'all that tuned in. Jesus Peace 178. Your episode is on deck.
Yeah.
We've been up here, so we got to get your story, champ.
Oh, shit. Yeah, whenever you want.
Yo, Payne Perry, you already know it's always love, baby.
Salute.
All right, y'all.
Boy.
On it.